I have always had the highest admiration for the office of a bishop. I have associated with bishops all my life. When I was 6 months old, my father was called to be the bishop of our ward. He served until after my 18th birthday. Within a few years after my marriage, I was called into a bishopric. I soon discovered the love which is generated within a bishopric as they serve together. An employment opportunity came to me after about 3 years of this service, and it seemed appropriate that I accept it. It was with the deep sorrow that I left the association of this bishopric. On our final night in the community in which we were living, they held a party. To avoid saying goodbye, we slipped away from the party before it was over and went to stay at a friend's home. The bishop and the other counselor I had been serving with came over when the party concluded and sat up all night while we rested, awaiting our early departure so that we would not leave without the proper farewell. With a big lump in my throat, I said goodbye to these two brethren as we went on to other assignments. Some years later, I was called to serve in another bishopric. Again, this love developed as we had opportunity to meet so often to direct the affairs of the ward. A little over a year later, a change was to be made in our stake presidency. The bishop and I were called in to be interviewed by the general authority who was making the change. The first question the general authority asked was, "How do you get along with your bishop? Is he a good leader?" Then I started to express in glowing terms my love and appreciation for this man and all he had done for the ward. Suddenly I realized the purpose of the interview. They could call him into the stake presidency, and we would lose our association. I immediately stopped my compliments on his great service. Then after a pause, I said with a little smile on my face, "The only difficulty he has is when he's under pressure, he goes home and beats his wife." The general authority leaned back in his chair and said, "Isn't that peculiar? He was in here just a minute ago and said you also have leadership capabilities, but you also have a fault. You like to go out behind the barn on an occasion and smoke a cigar." The interview was a failure. I was called into the stake presidency.